when you open a beer.
Nothing is off limits. Do you get arrested for punching someone? You want to start at the bottom? Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Welcome back.
All right. We've got a lot more questions to get to.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to go faster.
Okay, I'll try not to elaborate so much. You want to start at the bottom? Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Carolina, twin mommy. Do you follow any of your followers on Instagram? If so, how do you choose which ones to follow? When we very first started Instagram, everybody that followed us, we followed them back, and that stopped at around 600 people. So we follow like 600 people on Instagram.
And I look for people who are kind of like have a similar situation than I do. Like Mommy B, she's also a vlogger and is a twin mom, so I subscribe to her channel and we chat on Instagram. It feels like a lot, like we comment on each other's pictures a lot. So if you comment a lot, chances are we'll end up following you back.
So I just followed you on Instagram, Carolina Twin Mommy.
Oh, perfect. What more could we have in common than with a Carolina twin mommy?
Yeah, exactly. Tanya, what would your family and friends think you had done if you were ever arrested? Also, she asked if we had a tattoo. No tattoos.
We can't think of anything.
If I was arrested, I would probably like a DUI because I love to drink beer.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't ever drink and drive. I mean, Ubers are just so easy and cheap. It's like, why the heck? I have way too much to lose by drinking and driving.
For me, I don't know. I'm too much of a goody two-shoes to like have anything I could even.
Probably the same, right?
No, I never drive.
That's true.
Maybe punching somebody for making a comment about me breastfeeding in public. Do you get arrested for punching someone?
Yeah, of course. It's assault.
Yeah. So that would be mine.
Somebody asked a while ago, how do you breastfeed twins?
That's a loaded question.
She has 3.5-month-old twins, and it's getting hard.
Oh, it is hard.
It's really hard.
It's really hard. It does get easier. It started getting easier for me around 4 months. If I ever felt like I wanted to quit, I would give it about a week, and if I told myself if I still wanted to quit in a week, then I would quit. And every single time it got better within a day or two. So anytime it feels like it's the hardest and you want to quit, just give it a few days or a week and it will probably get better. Don't quit right before flu season.
Rach, are you close with your sister, and how does she feel about you living with your parents? That's a good one.
That is a good one. Annie and I have fluctuated with like how close we are throughout our life, and I wouldn't say we're not close, but I wouldn't say we're super close right now. We've been closer, we've been more distant. So I don't know how she feels about us living here. I don't think she minds.
T5 Designs, thanks for watching. Will y'all open your own practice one day? Probably not. We may buy into the practice that we're currently at, but I doubt we'll ever open our own.
That would be, yeah, that would probably be the route that we would go, but we haven't even really started considering that because we're just not even close to a place in our lives where we can commit to ownership of a practice. That's a lot of work. What's your favorite movie/song and why? Favorite song is Brothers by Penny and Sparrow. We're actually going for our first trip away overnight, away from the babies, to see Penny and Sparrow in concert, and I can't wait.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song of all time?
Uh-huh.
Probably Alive by Pearl Jam.
Ooh. He loves Eddie Vedder. Favorite movie has always been Finding Nemo.
And mine, it fluctuates. It changes. It's either Shawshank Redemption or Gladiator.
What about Once?
Once is a great movie. Glenn Hansard's awesome. Rachel, since you cloth diaper, do you do disposable womanly products?
How am I supposed to even answer that question?
Nothing's off limits.
Okay. No, I don't use disposable womanly products.
You don't?
No. So there's something called a Diva Cup, and I mean, probably 2 or 3 years ago, I started trying to go green. I would take it one thing at a time because it takes a lot. I mean, it's a big commitment to change everything that you do to green. It's a lot, and you would never stick to it. So just try to do one thing at a time. I started with, hi Rusty.
Hi.
Straws. Come back, come back. Whoops, lay down. Straws, I switched to using metal straws and then not using paper plates. I tried to use these like linen cloths instead of paper towels, And feminine products, you can use something called the Diva Cup that's a reusable cup. It's, I don't know, it's hygienic and it's green, and I was a little bit worried about what chemicals might be in feminine products anyway, and yeah, nothing is off limits.
How strict are you going to be with the babies when they get older? I think it depends on how the kids are acting.
We're not going to let them be hellions. I mean, I'm going to do a lot of research on parenting at different stages of life, because there are things that are normal for a toddler that seem like they're acting out or like misbehaving, but really it's just developmentally normal for that age. And so I'm going to try to be really careful on where I'm strict and where I'm trying to be understanding of their behavior for the appropriate age that they are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how to answer that question as far as how strict we'll be. We'll make sure they're respectful, not disrespectful, and not hurting anybody else physically. The best sound in the world. Right now I think white noise. I actually need it to sleep now too.
I think it's the whoosh when you open a beer.
That is a good sound.
Did IVF affect your faith and spiritual life?
Not at all.
Made it stronger.
Well, yeah, not in a negative way at all.
It's still a miracle. Even, yes, IVF is science-backed and science-led, but it's still a miracle.
Absolutely. I mean, somebody had to plant the seed of how to do IVF, and I mean, God is responsible for all human life and progression of technology and scientific knowledge. So it didn't hurt our faith at all to have to rely on doctors to do. So that brings up an interesting point. It's kind of like, how holistic are you going to be if you're going to think that IVF is straying from your like spiritual thought process, you know, like, then would you ever use an antibiotic, or would you ever have a surgery that you needed, or medications? I definitely have had patients where I had to try to respect their religious beliefs when they came in and were kind of denying treatment. Have you?
Luckily, no. I haven't crossed that yet.
Yeah, but we're of the belief that God helped create modern medicine as well. We haven't answered that in this video. If you haven't watched our previous video of the Q&A, then go back and watch that, because we answer fairly thoroughly. Oh, Rio's playing with my M&Ms. Oh. Our thoughts on having another baby, and we don't necessarily agree. Yeah. Mommy B1589, so it's mommy MOMMY_BEE 1589. We'll put it in the description bar below.
Asking about how your sister's doing.
She's doing great. So she has some fun videos, and she also just started cloth diapering. Check her out. She has really cute twins. We kind of joke that her twins look like a mixed racial version of Bear and Lyndall. Yeah, is that the right way to say it?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, they do, and they kind of have the same personalities. Like, her little Charlotte's a little Spitfire, and Wesley is super laid back and cute, from what I understand.
Mad_Allie. What is your best hair advice for us curly girls?
I have started, if yours is like the dry, mine's naturally kind of dry, so is my skin. If that's the case, then find a like Curly Girl Method approved cream-based shampoo to use every other time, and get Living Proof curl cream.
Do you think you will continue vlogging when your children are old enough to be more aware of it? Lauren, that's a great question.
I've thought about this a lot.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like, there's a few things that we put on the vlog that I'm kind of like iffy on whether or not I want to put it on there, because it seems too personal. Like, we don't really talk about their bowel movements, but we kind of do with the cloth diaper situation. So things that I feel like might be too personal, we might start scaling back on the vlog.
Yeah, like if they would be embarrassed by it, like when they turn 16.
Yeah, but as an infant, it's like, I wouldn't be embarrassed if my infant bowel movement was public.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Carolyn, before you had kids to now, is there anything that you would do that you swore you would never would? Or anything you said you would do that you don't? I always like swore that I wouldn't be the dad that like gives him my cell phone or my iPad.
Yes, that's definitely. And
we're definitely doing that.
We're really good about not doing it though. Like, they don't get screen time. They shouldn't, because they're infants.
They have to be at a level 10 in order to get my phone.
And in a situation that we can't change. Like, if we're just hanging out in the living room and we can go outside or whatever, then obviously we're not going to hand them our phone or a tablet. But if we're in the car and we have to be in the car, they're going to get our phone. I actually just sit in the back and hold it and show them because they don't know what they're doing.
A. Christensen, your workout routine and daily diet. I'm sure they're starting to you, not me.
Maybe not. Workout routine, chasing twins, 100%, and breastfeeding is my nutrition plan. Kind of joking, but kind of serious.
I mean, Rachel needs like 3,500 calories at this point.
So it's hard, and it's hard to eat healthy and get that many calories, so I'm eating some junk throughout the day too. And like peanut butter, things that are like calorie dense. I did a whole breastfeeding video on like things that I gravitate towards for food, but also like avocado and nuts and things like that. Peloton I do for workouts pretty much exclusively. I take the babies for a lot of walks in the stroller, and honestly I'm 100% physical all day long. Making them breakfast, picking them up, moving them, changing their diapers, moving them away from something they're not supposed to be near, baby proofing, making clothes, or making food again, making their own clothes, making their cloth diapers, making their costumes for Halloween.
Bailey, they say mama's little boy, daddy's little girl. Do either of you feel this way? And flip side, do the twins seem to favor one of you over the other?
I was excited to answer this question.
Okay.
What do you think?
Not anymore. I think maybe for a little while.
At the very beginning.
Like it was daddy's little girl and mama's little boy, but now it's really not.
No.
We've kind of evened it out.
Yeah. There are times though that I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm breastfeeding or what, but if I'm in the room, they both have to be on me. And Bear will be much more laid back about somebody else taking him. Lyndall, if she wants mom, that is the only person that she's going to be okay with. Nobody else. Like maybe you, but if my mom takes her, she'll really get upset, and I'm not sure how long that's gonna last, but
hopefully not long.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can answer us.
It's really hard.
When does that anxiety stage go away? Becca, what is the worst part of living with Rachel's parents?
The only downside is that I tandem feed, usually in the living room, and it's a little uncomfortable if someone walks down the stairs. And like if my parents have people over and they come through the house, and I'm just nervous about them waking up the babies or using the toilet right by Bear's room. I mean, that's like the only time, and it's not even that frequent.
Aubrey, and right now, do you think it's going to be easier raising a boy or a girl?
Boy.
I agree.
Lyndall has really strong preferences.
Casey, hardest part of raising a twin. Neither one of them gets your undivided attention.
Yes, the hardest, so I'm just thinking about going through my day. The hardest part of my day is when they're on the exact same schedule, right before a nap, they hate diaper changes and they're tired, and laying them both down and trying to get their diaper changed and then back into their clothes at the same time while they're both freaking out and then down for a nap is the hardest part of my day.
Yeah, that's
when
hard.
I'm by myself.
Marcy asked, when did your baby start taking naps longer than 30 to 45 minutes at a time?
Around 6 months.
Yeah, and that was a lifesaver.
It was. Whose idea was it to start vlogging? Me.
Rachel's.
I started watching Ellie and Jared, I think was the first channel I watched, and it started because I was YouTubing like the IVF process and came across their video because I was searching for that. And then I just started watching their videos, and then after a couple videos I felt like I knew them. It was really, really weird. And at first I'm like, this is really, really weird that people put their home videos online and other people watch them.
Yeah.
I was like,
I still think it's kind of weird.
It is. And then I'm like, I really like their family, and it's really cool to like get a peek into what their day is like. All of our family lives so far away. I just thought it was a cool concept that we could post what's going on with us, and our family and friends could watch it.
Right.
And kind of be up to date, and it's a lot easier than like typing out or calling everybody. And the first few videos we posted, the feedback we got from our family and friends was like, we felt like we were hanging out with you, and that's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. Like,
and now like your parents.
I was gonna say, my parents feel like they aren't missing anything, you know, by not coming in.
Not being close.
Right, exactly. They're team truck drivers. They don't have a lot of vacation time, so they don't get here very often. So they love the vlogs. And my grandparents watch them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It is. If you don't live close to family, it's a really cool way to keep everybody on the same page.
And then the Ward's Way also asked, like, is it weird talking like there's another, like we're talking to a friend that's in the room?
Now that we have so many people commenting and we can picture kind of who's watching, it doesn't feel weird to you?
No, it's totally natural.
It was really weird at first.
Yeah.
Really weird, especially because we're like, I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this video.
Like if you go and watch our very first vlog,
I'm sure they're so awkward.
Oh, I'm super. I can picture like when we're walking on the road, like we go on a walk. We're walking on a road, and like Rachel's like trying to prompt me to say something, and super weird.
Well, he wasn't really on board with it either.
Yeah.
I just kind of started doing it,
because I didn't watch Ellie and Jared for a long time.
Finally,
I had no idea like what Daily Bumps was.
Yeah. Finally, I was just like, Brad, you need to go watch some of these other vlogs so that you can understand. I mean, you just really are yourself and just kind of film pieces of your day. If there's anything worth filming, you just do it. And
right. Mrs. Hater, I will ask the toughest question: Rio or Iris?
Both. Iris is my OG girl. Like I mean, we're tight. And she was really snuggly with me when she was little, and they're both, I'm looking over there because they're both sitting right there.
Girls.
There's
Rusty.
Rio
loves the porch. She's super independent.
Yeah, she's really independent now. Like, we don't see a whole lot of her because she's always on the porch. But Rio was my cat that I got when we couldn't have a baby on our own. And I was just like heartbroken and needed something to hold and love. And so that's where Rio came in. So she was like integral for that part of my life. And now they're both awesome.
Arenza?
Arenzina?
Does Brad's parents ever get jealous or envious because you are with Rachel's parents a lot?